Hi everyone, it's Glenda and welcome back to my channel, Creative Grandma. Well, this video is a little bit about everything from some of my crochet mess ups to what I'm doing now in my studio and all kinds of goofy things that I do wrong. And I just thought it would be a fun video to do. So I'm going to start out the video and ask you, have you ever made something and knew it just wasn't right, and then you thought, oh, I can fix that by putting a border on it and maybe scrunching it together and making it look right? Well, that's what I did with this blanket here. I showcased this. I was so proud of it. It was coming out so gorgeous. It's made with the Premier cotton speckle yarn. And it's a granny style afghan where you use the picot stitch to hide those openings in the granny square. So when I made it, I didn't realize I was doing the stitch pattern wrong. I was trying to do the pattern from the Premier Garden shawl, and I was putting my picot stitch in the wrong stitch instead of pulling it back 2 stitches. So what happened was, by the time I was getting out to the end of the afghan and I wasn't paying attention, the corners were bowing out and then it was kind of dipping in the middle. So I was so frustrated, and then I thought, well, I can fix that, no problem. I'll put a border on it. Well, the border didn't solve the problem. So now this blanket that I was making, I have to start all over again. So luckily I have enough yarn to start this over, and I can't believe I did it wrong. But sometimes when you're jumping from one project to another, sometimes you do the simplest thing that will really mess up your project. So how many people have done that? Let me know in the comments section, because sometimes I think, how could you have done that? So Cody's here helping me today because my camera is broken. I'm having a lot of trouble with the lighting, and he's behind the camera. So he agreed to come down and help me. Now, my husband has his office in the basement. Now, he wants to move up to where I just moved my studio down to the 2nd floor. He says, well, spring and summer's here. You can move back up to the 3rd floor and let me have the 2nd floor. So now, after all that work I'd done to downsize, now Cody's helping me move everything back up to the 3rd floor since spring and summer's here. So now what I'm trying to do is get rid of some of the yarn that I accumulated that I know I won't be using in the near future. What I want to do is just stick with my one yarn wall and try to stay focused on the yarns that I have coming in, because how many of us, we see a new yarn, and I am so guilty of this. I see a new yarn, I get inspired, I buy the new yarn, and then I start working on another project, and then I get so many projects started, and then sometimes you just put one in the corner and work on another one, and then you forget about it. So he's also helping me find those projects, because I started a cardigan with one of these Karen Colorama yarns down here. I don't know if you can see it, and I don't know what I did with it. I know it's here in this house somewhere and I can't find it. So he's helping me look for all these work in progresses. So what we're doing is he's helping me put some yarn that I no longer want into boxes, and we're going to auction them off on eBay to help me earn enough money to buy a camera. Because now, since I'm on Social Security, I'm realizing how hard it is to stretch your money. So I'm going to have him scan over here. You're just going to see a few boxes. So Cody, you want to scan over and just show him some of the stuff. You're not really going to see the yarn that I'm selling, but you can see how we have some of it boxed up already. Now that was just a quick look, and I know you can't see much. And the reason I do the eBay auctions is because I don't like to do mystery boxes, because I want you to know exactly what you're getting if you decide to bid on any of these yarn auctions. And it just helps me be able to earn the money I need to get a new camera so I can keep my channel up and running. The other thing Cody's doing is we're looking through my bins, and I'm looking for some blankets that I know that I'm not going to use. So I only have 3 so far that I found. But we have a couple blankets. I have 2 baby blankets. Here's one. I don't remember the name of it. I do know that this was made with a Premier. Beautiful blanket. One of the other blankets I have, it's too big to really see the whole thing, but this is the Blaze blanket. And if you go back on my channel, you can go back through the videos and you'll see the thumbnail that says Blaze blanket, and you can see how big this is. Now, I don't have the measurements. I think it's 45 by 55 inches.
I gotta get in close, this blanket. I hate that you're even selling this blanket. It's so good looking.
But I have so many. It was made out of the Mary Maxim Marvelous Chunky. It's just a gorgeous color.
And right here it's folded in 4s. I mean, this blanket is it's fairly large, and it's definitely soft and cozy.
It's definitely a cozy blanket, and it's a really nice size. You're going to be able to snuggle in this on the couch, especially in the fall when it's really cold. It's really a nice chunky style Afghan. Now, these Afghans that Cody is putting on eBay for me, they are brand new. I made them as the pattern model, and they have been in storage ever since I made them. They have never been used. They have never been washed and dried. It's brand new right off the skein. So you're getting a brand new Afghan, and these Afghans are stored in a smoke-free, pet-free environment. So I'm just going to set this over here. I just want to show you a couple more things, and then I got to show you another work in progress and some of the dumb things that I do. So the other thing Cody helps me do is, I was in my quilting phase a few years ago, and I was making quilt tops and sewing quilt blocks and making quilt kits, and I have bolts of fabric. This is a really cute fabric. This will be sold by the panel. Just want to show it to you real quickly if I have any quilters out there. It's a very pretty Christmas fabric. Great for making patchwork kits. You can cut these squares up. You can make tote bags. He also does the Dresden plates for me. Now, these are some of the repo Dresden plate items we have. Here's one of the kits. Can they see that, Cody? And I'm finding that the 1930 reproduction fabrics are really getting hard for me to find. So I'm just going to liquidate all my fabrics and whatever I have here that he can put together that would be useful for somebody else, because I'm just not going to get to the stuff.
If you know about fabric and you know about repo, it is incredibly difficult to get, and it's expensive. You got to order the bolts of fabric 6 months, a year in advance.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because we tried to order more in, and it's very difficult, even if you're buying the fabric wholesale, to get it in. Now, he did put together some fat quarters, very limited. We only have like 2 packs of the fat quarters. He also done some fused on applique star blocks. There's a set of 12 if you like the homespun plaid. We have the homespun hearts. And then we have another repo kit where there's 20 different reproduction fabrics. And when you look on the back, you can see that everything has been precision die cut. And even the pieces have darts where you can match up those darts, and very easy to sew together.
Yeah, that's our most popular kit. I mean, yeah, we sell a ton of this kit.
And we're down to our last few, so don't hesitate if you like any of this stuff. And then we do have the country calico prints in the Dresden plate kits. And again, everything is precision die cut. And we also have other Dresden plate kits online. Now, I don't want to sound like an infomercial. We do try our best with shipping, and we have to let everyone know that we pay what the post office charges. We don't get any shipping discounts like the big box stores. And Cody does really do good on combining shipping. So all you have to do is email him, and he has refunded hundreds and hundreds of dollars over the last, how many months have we been liquidating? 6.
We did quite a bit towards the end of last year, and not all things you can, like we're selling big boxes of yarn. Some things you can't combine, but if you bought a big box of yarn and a couple Dresden plate kits, you could just throw them in the box. And any extra shipping, I refund the shipping, and that's about it. I know it's crazy, but it's just how it is.
We're not, what is it, Wayfair? We can't offer free shipping. We have to pay the shipping. But just wanted to let you know that I am putting together some more yarn boxes, and it's just a good way for me to be able to afford that new camera, and I need that camera extremely badly. And Cody's been coming down helping me film with his cell phone. So Cody, I really appreciate your help with these videos. It just was making me mad because I was trying to do tutorials and I was trying to do events with my sister, and it always looked like we were sitting in the dark, and I'd have like 7 lights on us and it just always looked dark. So there's something wrong inside the camera. Of course, I knocked it over 5 or 6 times, but that's what happens. So
isn't it crazy how a little iPhone, and I don't even have the latest and greatest. Mine's an iPhone 10. It's like 4 or 5 iPhones old. Isn't it crazy that this couple $100 iPhone is better than my $1,000 camera?
I have a $1,000 camcorder, and your iPhone films better than my camera. So my suggestion to anyone who has the same problem I have with lighting is to get rid of the camera and buy an iPhone. So he's telling me that I should buy an iPhone, and I'm the only people I think I know that do not have a cell phone. And he says, Graham, get a cell phone for doing your videos. It has better quality photos. So I don't know about all the statistics or all the information about lighting and filming. All I know is I put the camera there, turn the on button on, and try to do my videos. So he's trying to help me. So I really appreciate that my grandson takes time to come help his grandmother. But enough about the auctions. I'll put a link to the eBay auctions that Cody's doing for me in the description box if you want to check it out. Now the yarn auctions, we're starting them all at 99 cents. So they'll either get bid up or they won't get bid up. And I just do that because I feel that hopefully someone will get a good deal. So check it out if you want to. Now, I found another work in progress in my closet, and I have to ask you, how many people have done this? I knew I was making this, and I didn't know where I put it, and I just found it today as I was going through the piles and piles of stuff I still have, and I found this blanket. So I'm going to take it out, and then I was really upset because I was so happy that I found it, and I'm making it with the Premier Puzzle Cotton yarn, and I'm using 2 different colors. So let me grab them out here and show you. The first color is Vista. So there's the first color. Can you see that? And then the second color, I wanted to add another lighter color, so I was using the Carnival. So if you look at these 2, you can see how there's a little bit of that orange and gold color in both. And I was so pleased with the results. So here is what I started. This is what it looks like. And what I was doing was I was doing so many rows in the one color and then so many rows in the other color. And I was so happy that I found it. And there's no instructions in the bag. So I don't know where I put my notes. I don't know how many starting chains I started with, which that is the easy part to figure out. There's no crochet hook stuck in the bag. I usually keep my crochet hook in my work when I put it in the bag. That's not here, and none of my notes are here. So it kind of looks like the alpine stitch. So it's either the alpine stitch or the up and down stitch. So I really want to finish this. So I'm hoping I can get it done by fall at least, but I'm digging out all my works in progress and I'm trying to get them finished and get them started again. So this is one that I'm definitely going to finish. And this one I have to remake. So it just gets so frustrating sometimes when you have so much work in a project and then you have to start over, or you have to try to figure out what stitch pattern was that, what size crochet hook was I using. Have you ever done that? So that's just some of the crazy things I do. So now I'm trying to learn to be better organized. Make sure if you're putting a project in a tote bag or a storage bag to finish later, that you put all your notes and your crochet hook and the yarns that you're using in that bag, unlike me. Make sure when you're working on a project that you're checking it every so many rounds, unlike me, who just assumed I knew what I was doing and didn't realize I made a mistake. So it's little things that we can improve on when we're crocheting. So now my goal is to try to be more organized and be more focused and concentrate on finishing a project that I start before I start another one. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. Just a quick check-in to see how everyone was doing and just to show you some of the strange things that I do. So until next time, stay inspired and happy crocheting. Bye everyone.